Hey, seventh grade, welcome to video number 3. This is going to be a little bit of a shorter one, but I'm sure some of you are getting a very good head start to the study guide. So here we go. We went up to question 29 in the second video. Here we go for the third one. What is the holy animal observant to cows? Oh my God, I read it. I'm an idiot. All right, well, let's try this again. What is the holy animal observant to Hindus? Well, I need to stop making these videos tired. It's the cow. Moo. Hindus look at the cow and think the cow gives us milk, butter. When it dies, it gives us meat. And so Hindus look at the cow as the animal that just keeps on giving. And so they look at it as a holy animal. Interestingly enough, today in India, the cow is becoming a nuisance because there are so many of them because Hindus will not kill a cow, that they wander the streets endlessly. And they're getting in the way of traffic and stuff too. It's kind of cool. You can goggle it. Do Hindus believe in reincarnation? Yes, they do. Live a good life and you will come back in a better form on this earth. So your spirit will live on in a different body. Remember, that's samsara, the concept of like your body dies, but your soul continues on. And so if you do a good job and live a good life and do good deeds, you will come back as something better in life. Next life. If you don't, you might come back as an angry 7th grade social studies teacher. Let's go to my favorite painting, the School of Athens, the fresco painted in the Pope's room. Remember, it was Raphael, the red Ninja Turtle, who painted the School of Athens. If I could go back in time, I would go to that school and I would study as much as I could, but I'd be disappointed that they didn't have air conditioning. What was the School of Athens about? It was the epitome of Renaissance. The epitome of Renaissance. It is a fresco in the Pope's library in the Vatican. In this fresco, remember, there are Greek and Roman philosophers standing all over this made-up school. It's what a school would look like if it were in ancient Greece, in Athens. There are these philosophers, scientists, mathematicians, Euclid, Ptolemy, Aristotle, Socrates, and they're all learning from each other and teaching each other. And it's a Renaissance fresco that has Roman architecture and Greek gods in the background, Apollo and Venus. And really what it shows us also too are arches and columns. It is three-dimensional. It is the greatest, grandest, most amazingest painting of the Renaissance ever. I may be biased, but that's how I feel. Now, there were 2 sculptures from the Renaissance as well. We have the David. Now, there were 2 main different Davids. Donatello, the purple Ninja Turtle, he made a bronze near life-size statue, freestanding statue, and he carved it by hand, which when you look at it, if you goggle it and look at it, the curvatures are perfect, and it really shows a younger-looking David in the great story of David and Goliath. It makes the David look a little more boyish-like, childlike, but also realistic. And then we've got Michelangelo's The David, which is the cardboard cutout on my classroom, which is awesome, by the way. The best one, a 17-foot tall marble statue carved, one big piece of marble. Holy cow. It's 17 feet tall. It's gigantic. The features are near perfect. The muscles are a little expanded, meaning he looks a little bit more muscular than a real person would. Remember, his hands are huge, and they hold in them what he used to kill the Goliath, showing that a boy could slay the beast, the Goliath. And so that's what we've got here. I love Michelangelo's The David. If you get a chance to go to Italy, bring me back the David. Fantastic. Thank you. Homework. Leonardo da Vinci, the definition of a Renaissance man. We know that a Renaissance man is someone who has many talents. That's what it means to be Renaissance-y. So if you're a Renaissance type of person, you have many talents. You can do many things. Leonardo da Vinci was an artist, an inventor, an author. He studied how things worked because he wanted to know how things worked. He was really one of the first people in the time during the Renaissance to say, I want to know how everything works. He studied flight. He studied science. He studied buoyancy. He created all these inventions that we would now have today, like flight and underwater scuba machines. He studied why birds sound the way they do. He made sketches and drew petals of flowers, mussels, to try to find out the geometry and anatomy of people. He looked at engineering, sound, motion, weaponry. He even looked at the Earth's tides from the moon. The guy was awesome. He just tried to do everything he Renaissance-ishly could. I love it. We're going to get through 2 more questions. We've got 7 sacraments according to the Roman Catholic Church. This comes from our Middle Ages unit. There's baptism, confirmation, the Eucharist, which is accepting the body and blood of Christ, eating the cracker and drinking the wine of Christ, reconciliation, which is confession, basically saying that these are the sins, Father, forgive me, anointing of the sick, marriage and matrimony, meaning getting married in the church, and holy orders. These are our 7 sacraments. You might see a list of 7 sacraments and have to know, oh, what are these? These are the 7 sacraments of the Catholic Church. Books. Love me some books. Why were books so rare in the Middle Ages? Well, first of all, they didn't have Amazon, okay? They have e-readers, they have Kindle, they have audiobooks, which would have been probably amazing back then because they didn't even have running water. Almost every single book was handwritten, remember? You had to physically handwrite every single book. Some of them were even stolen by the barbarians when they invaded the Roman Empire, so you lost that knowledge right there. And they were controlled by the church, whoever had the books. So really, the church is in control of the knowledge. And not everyone could read. So because people couldn't read, you didn't have a choice but to have people read to you or look at illuminated manuscripts to then see the images that were being told to you from the Bible. It was just very difficult to manufacture a book by hand and then try to think about how you would distribute that book all over Europe. It'd be physically very difficult. I'm going to stop you there and make another video for you in a couple of days, and we'll go from there. Have a great day. Be good.